sir. We have Adams in sight.
Guide 904 Foxtrot, enter left base, runway 18, contact the tower 118.7, good day.
Alright, enter left base, runway 18 and tower 18.7. Have a good day, 904 Foxtrot.
Yeah!
Adams Tower, good morning. Skog 519 for Foxtrot on a 12-mile left base, runway 18.
1904 Foxtrot, Adams Tower, runway 18, cleared land.
Alright, clear to land, runway 18, 904 Foxtrot.
Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another video here on Green Brothers Flying. Before we get into today's video, let's give out some social media shoutouts. You can find Green Brothers Flying on Discord, on Instagram at Green Brothers Flying, on Facebook at Green Brothers Flying, and on Twitter at Flying_Green. Also, Green Brothers Flying is selling t-shirts. They are $20. Check out our social medias for more details. In episode 3 of ForeFlight tutorials, let's talk about how I plan a basic VFR visual flight rules flight from my home airport to a Class Delta airport, Texarkana Regional Airport at 6,500 feet. All weather in these tutorials are presumed VFR weather, and we are in the airplane ready to taxi. Let's get started. So here we are on my flying tab, ForeFlight. We hit ForeFlight to begin with, and as you can see, we just got done with a video. Home airport to a Class C airport. If you haven't watched that video, go check it out. It's very informative. So now, very first thing we do, we'll go plug up our flight plan. TXK, Texarkana Regional. We change our altitude to 6,500 feet. And then we go over here and we pack it. Which can take a little bit to do because it's 54 megabytes. Alright, now that we're all packed, we close that out. And we start playing. So since we are already in the airplane, we go down here and we look for our frequencies. So the first frequency I want is the weather, 128.325, and then the second frequency I want is our CTAF, since it's an uncontrolled airport, 122.7. So I put the weather in COM 2 on the active side and the CTAF in COM 1 on the active side. Now, the next thing I do, and this is just me personally, I go over here, contact lunar arc approach within 120 nautical miles on 119.5. I put 119.5 in standby in COM 1, and then down here in COM 2 on standby, I plug in the lunar arc ATIS. Now, this is just how I fly, 125.65. This is just how I fly. I like to be prepared just in case anything goes wrong when I'm flying. So between Searcy and Arkadelphia down here, ADF, if I need to turn back to Little Rock, I can, and I already have the information I need. So that's what I first do. So, and then as we go down, I change frequencies as needed. So we find the weather, we take off, we contact Little Rock approach. They give us a squawk code. Go over here to my scratch pads. We tell them who we are, when we are, and they give me a squawk code, give me radar identified. They say, client, VFR altitude, your discretion. So we go straight up to 6,500 feet. We fly, along the route, and then after we pass Little Rock, between about right here, we can get rid of that, between right here, I do two things. Actually, I do several things. Right there is where you're going to get off the handoff to Memphis Center, 128.475. Now, how do I know that? Well, experience living in the area and flying this route, and it also says right here, Memphis Center, Hot Springs Sector 128.475, 377.15, but you don't have to worry about that. You just got to worry about the 128.475. So once I contact Little Rock, I switch the frequencies. Little Rock is in my active on COM 1. I pre-dial this one up just because I know that's next. So remember, staying ahead of the airplane. So whenever I get the switch from Little Rock, I can just flip it. So we're traveling along, we pass Little Rock, and the next thing I personally do in COM 2 is set up the weather for Hot Springs, which is right here. You can't really see it, 119.925 right here. It's an ASOS, and then get their CTAF loaded in 123.0 just in case. No, it doesn't hurt to ask. In COM 1, CTAF is in COM 1, standby. Now also what I do as I go down here to Arkadelphia, Florence Municipal, ADF, I set their weather in COM 2, standby 118.175. Remember, flying can when you're flying, you know, sometimes plans change and you need to have airports. So I put that one in. I put the weather in that one in COM 2, standby. So we're flying around. We're with Memphis Center, and right at the boundary of the Memphis ARTCC, like right there, we switch over to not Memphis Center, but we switch over to Fort Worth Center. Now, how do I know it's Fort Worth Center? Because, well, flying in the area and knowing your ARTCC boundaries, you can hit that and, you know, you can kind of tell where the 8 boundary is. We continue. We switch over to Memphis Center, which here it says it's 123.925. So we switch over to Memphis Center. Memphis Center is going to take us all the way in to Texarkana. And as we get closer to Texarkana after passing Hot Springs and Arkadelphia, we start getting set up for Texarkana. We put the ATIS in for COM 2 and the active. And then we set up tower and COM 1, standby. Grab the weather. Sometimes you let Fort Worth Center know, sometimes you don't, depending on what they know. And then once you report the field in sight, you know, they'll tell you to change to tower. And as you change to tower, you call tower up, tell them where you are, give them clearance to land, blah, 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 blah. You want to put in ground, 119.225. Now, most of the time, the tower will just take you into taxi because it's not really a busy airport. But, again, staying ahead of the airplane. You want to have it just in case. You don't want to be fiddling with the dials on the ground. Remember, heads up. So it's a Class Delta. So Fort Worth Center does all the approach and departure stuff out of there. So yeah, you come in and you land. Usually they'll have you land on 22R4. Today they are using 310.15 gust 23. So they're probably using runway 31 for the shorter GA airplanes. And probably either 4 or 22 for the bigger ones. So yeah, that's how I plan cross country from my home airport to Texarkana. As you can see, 154 nautical miles, an hour and 38 minutes, 19.2 gallons at 6,500 feet. In this next video, we will start taking a look at the more in-depth stuff, talking about instrument approach charts here at the Bill and Hillary Clinton National Airport, as well as at my local airport to start off with. We have 3 of them right here: ILS Loc 1, RNAV 1, and RNAV GPS 19. So that will be the next video. If you guys like these videos, and if you guys have any other video ideas for ForeFlight, don't forget to leave them in the comments below. With that being said, blue skies and a tailwind.